Anybody else?
How do you transition from case academic to the investment?
How did
Yeah.
How did I go from being a case, instructor to business? I went to Wharton. I went and I got an MBA at the University of Pennsylvania. I think that helped. And I also had, a lot of mentors around me who had business interests outside and brought those back into the classroom. So I think I had a good fundamental base, enough to know that I really wanted it. And then, but I had to go to join a place like Goldman Sachs. And by the way, after hearing Bob at the lunch saying this great thing about Goldman Sachs, I said, great, okay, so how do I go from here to there? And I realized after talking with a bunch of people, well, going to the University of Pennsylvania, getting the business degree was a good way to go. And oh, by the way, Metka was getting her MBA at Weatherhead at night while she was had a full-time job, and we had our business together that she did all the billing and payroll and everything else. So she was the inside person, I was the outside person. So here we are, you can imagine this conversation. We've been married for 5 years. And it's like, so honey, I think I'm going to go to business school. Oh, great. Well, I think I'm going to go full-time. And oh, by the way, I'll go to Philadelphia while you have a full-time job, going to business school at night, running our business. And I felt like a total win. I mean, I'm going to check out, go to business school full-time. It's just a ridiculous thought. But once again, it's having the right partner. She supported me to be able to do that. So I kind of took a tangent there, but that's how I made the transition. I had to get formal training and then just really learn it the hard way.
Any other questions?
How does your engineering background influence what you do today?
I made a comment around lunch. My engineering, the most useful thing about my engineering degree is it makes people think I'm smarter than I am. Look, it's helpful. It's certainly helpful. We bought a company called Hawker Beechcraft that makes private jets and turboprops. We bought it from Raytheon about 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. I have to tell you, in that investment thesis, we didn't know that we'd be, perceived as being a criminal if you fly private jets. So like I said, things don't always work out as planned, so we're managing through a down cycle in the market. But I will say that having my engineering background, being on the board of that company, thinking about our product development roadmap, and which derivatives we're going to make off of our platforms. We just launched a new aircraft, the Hawker 4000. It's a beautiful plane, $20 million plane. I can engage. I try not to convince myself I know more than I do, right? Because I've been out of engineering for a long time. But it is helpful. I think, look, getting a case engineering degree gives you the strength of your convictions that you can figure anything out, right? Wow, we've all been through Ken McMorrow's systems class. Of course we can figure this stuff out. So it's very helpful from that perspective, but I think it's helpful from a credentializing perspective as much as it is from actually informing my judgment on things. Because I'm just too far removed from the meaningful technology decisions day to day for that to be helpful.
One last question. Right here. Oh, sorry.
Well, my dean's going to ask me a question.
You get the final one.
I had a question all formulated and all of a sudden it just slipped my mind. But first of all, I want to thank you for your comments. You drastically overrate my contribution to this career. I want to remind you of a promise that you made. Last week to go to Wharton. You promised me if it didn't work out and you weren't happy, you'd be back. I tried to offer that job to Fred Lennon out at Swagelock. I need somebody to teach graphics. He turned me down too. I wanted to absolve you of that promise.
Thank you.
You certainly have found your happiness and success. I'm very proud.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom. Small token from the Case Alumni Association. Thank you so much for being here today, and thank you so much for the great remarks. And it was really great to have you back. I really hope that a lot of people will take from this experience that we've had during the last 2 days, from the speakers that we've had, which have been tremendously inspirational. Our only hope was that we could do this at a time when the students were here. Because believe me, the students really would benefit from the experience that you and the others brought to the table. So thank you so much, and maybe we'll do it again, maybe in the fall. Thank you, Jack.